Gervonta, Tank Davis, let Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro. Premier Boxing Champions begins promoting Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Part 2 by dropping the first fight on their YouTube channel. As they perceived, or purportedly, I should say, rumored to have good news coming with Tank Davis's legal issue. Smash the likes up to the channel, share the video. We live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live Sunday mornings with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member. Drop super chats when you come by the live streams that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. The email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Let's talk about it, bro. So, Premier Boxing Champion seems to know something that we don't know as the general public. And this makes all the sense in the world. And what is it that they know? I believe they know that these charges that Tank Davis is facing next week, they don't have legs. And so they've already begun the promotion of his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach. Now, let's run this down, because a lot of y'all don't have the reasoning. Some of y'all do, but a lot of y'all don't have the reasoning and the critical thinking skills to understand what I'm saying. Number one, he was supposed to be fighting Lamont Roach in August. Lamont Roach said so. Every rumor we got, every report we got, every source that I have said so. You can see that the PBC booked off the venue for August the 16th in the T-Mobile Arena. We went over all of that, right? But they didn't announce the fight. And everybody from the middle of June on, we were all like, yo, why ain't they announcing the fight? What's going on? What's taking them so long to announce the fight? Come to find out, Tank Davis had an altercation with his BM on June the 15th, the weekend of Father's Day, right? And clearly, now we know that PBC knew something was coming. So they didn't announce the fight for August the 16th because they knew what was going on with Tank. Before anybody knew, before I knew, before you knew, before Lamont Roach knew, before anybody knew. I'd say outside of his immediate family, like his mama, maybe his brother, Meech. As soon as he had the altercation with her and the police pulled up and he knew that something was gonna happen from it, I'm sure Al Heyman, the higher ups at the PBC, their executives, I'm sure they knew immediately the day of what had happened. So they knew that he had this issue, and that's why they didn't announce the fight. Unless you can tell me something else that makes more sense than that, right? He was in camp. Him and Lamont Roach had begun promoting the fight on their social medias by going back and forth, and Tank is saying quotes about how he gonna show the world who he say he is, who he say he is. He drops a little montage showing he been training, showing he's in shape. All things are pointing towards them getting ready to announce their fight from the beginning of June all the way up until he had the altercation with his BM. But clearly, PBC knew something, right? And so they didn't announce the fight. Now fast forward to Tank Davis gets arrested on July 11th. Everything goes on hold. He's supposed to have a court date July 29th, a pre-trial hearing. He waives all his pre-trial activities, and he wants to get directly to the trial, which is scheduled to begin August the 12th, exactly a week from today. Before the trial happens, before they see what's going on, Premier Boxing Champions begins promoting Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach by dropping their fight on their YouTube channel. Now, how is this promotion, KO? Where are you getting this from? Tank Davis is the biggest star that PBC has. He generates more revenue for Premier Boxing Champions than any fighter that they have, right? Earl Spence is inactive. David Benavidez is a growing and budding superstar, but he's not on Tank Davis's level yet. And he's fighting over on Riyadh season for his next fight because he couldn't get anybody to come fight him over here in America. Manny Pacquiao is 78 years old. So by all accounts, we know Tank Davis is their biggest star. Lamont Roach is not signed to Premier Boxing Champions. Lamont Roach is signed to Pro Box TV. He's nothing more than Tank Davis's opponent. All right? So, with all those facts, PBC dropping the video or dropping a fight on their YouTube channel means a lot. Because PBC is not in the business of giving fighters who are not signed to them free promotion. Because dropping that fight on YouTube promotes Gervonta Tank Davis and it promotes Lamont Roach. I need someone to explain to me how in the world they would drop that fight if they're not about to announce this rematch, assuming everything goes well with Tank next week. Why would they give Lamont Roach free promotion? Why would they allow him to get hundreds of thousands of views, promote his next fight, unless his next fight is against Tank Davis? And then on the flip side of that, if they believe Tank Davis is about to have some serious time out of the ring, some serious time to get his stuff together, some serious time and take off until next year, like some people are trying to say, why would they drop this fight so soon? They would wait till he got a fight coming up. Why would they drop his most controversial fight, the most talked about fight of this year? Why would they drop it? What was yesterday? Yesterday was August the 4th. Why would they drop it on August the 4th if Tank ain't got a fight coming up? So you start looking at all these facts and you're able to see the story, right? You're able to use your logic to understand what the hell is going on. They're promoting this upcoming fight. Unless you can give me another reason why they dropped it. Put it in the comment section. KO, PBC dropped this video of Tank Davis and Lamont Roach's full fight because, and then give me a better reason than they promoting the upcoming fight based on all the facts I just told you. PBC is a $600 million, almost $1 billion company. Tank Davis is their biggest star. They ain't just dropping one of his fights because they want to let the people see it. They not just dropping his most controversial fight because they want to let the people see it and he gonna sit out till 2026. That shit makes no sense. Which leads me to the last part, right? They know something that we don't know. Just like they knew not to announce his fight for August the 16th because he was dealing with all this stuff outside the ring, they know something about this case that we don't know. Clearly. Because just like they knew that the people was trying to arrest him and they knew he got into it with his BM, I'm sure they know the evidence of the case. I'm sure Tank has told them, his legal team has sat down with their representatives and said, this is what we're doing. This is what they have. This is how we're going to fight it. And they feel good enough to say, oh, let's go ahead and start promoting this fight. Let's drop this YouTube video of Tank Davis and Lamont Roach fighting before his court hearing. Why is that important? Because the backlash they will get, the way that people will perceive them as not caring about domestic violence, not caring to punish Tank, not waiting to see what happens. There'd be a lot of backlash in the sport of boxing and in the world in general if this go the other way. So they have to be confident in something in order to be dropping this footage the way they're dropping this footage. You can't tell me nothing else. Just like they knew not to announce his fight because he had some out of the ring issues, they're comfortable enough with what's going on in this case to go ahead and start promoting this upcoming fight. That's my opinion, because they'll be one of the first to know. Lamont Roach is complaining, his daddy is complaining about not knowing what's going on. You know who don't have that same complaint? You know who knows exactly what the hell is going on? Premier Boxing Champions. Al Heyman, Tank Davis's manager, right? Maybe even the Louis the Cubas, one of the higher ups at Top Rank. Because, at PBC. You think they don't know whether or not his BM has decided to testify? I'd wager that they do. You think they don't know if there's any video evidence, any picture evidence or whatever? You think they haven't seen that? You can't even go on Google and look up who's representing Tank Davis in this case. You think PBC don't know that though? You think they don't know who his lawyers are? You don't know what tape his BM may or may not have. You think they don't know though? You think Tank is telling PBC, look man, ain't none of y'all business. Just let me fight this case. And then I'll see y'all soon. And they like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and drop your fight with Lamont Roach though, before your case, even though we don't know what's going on. Even though we don't know what's happening. Nah, bro. They know everything right now. And they moving like a very confident entity that believes their fighter's gonna be able to fight very soon. That's why they dropped this video. That's why they dropped this fight. Now again, if anybody has any better explanations than what I'm saying, let me know in the comment section. But I believe Premier Boxing Championship champions is planning for Tank Davis to beat this case. They're planning for this Lamont Roach rematch to be announced after he beat this case. And everybody gonna get the fight that we all wanna see. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. I'll see y'all soon. We out of here. Peace. Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.